start of week two. Over the weekend, the electrician was able to come in, start on the rewire. He's, I want to say, 90% done with the rewire. He's just going to do some panel stuff. And then we've had the plumber start as well. He's doing essentially a repipe or going from the old cast iron to ABS for the drains, and then copper, where it used to be the old galvanized pipe, and slowly kind of working our way around the house. Yeah, got all the holes cut for the new lights. That way, drywaller just came by to do a bid, so he was able to see all the patches. He'll get back to us on a quote. But other than that, kind of interiors pretty much stayed the same since demo. There's not too much. I mean, everything's been framed off that we've needed framed off. Backing for the drywall, just getting everything ready for him. We still got to fix the squeaky floorboards before we start on the flooring. Just changed out some of the old doors. That exterior door needed to be. The other one was completely trashed. Waiting on windows to be coming in about a week and a half. We should be getting those. Other than that, yeah, here's pretty much kind of where we're at so far. Yeah, we started already painting the exterior. We'll get to that when we kind of walk the outside. That way you guys can see what's going on. Yeah, painter's already started with the eaves. He's been prepping those. He's getting them painted, kind of working his way around the house. He also did a little bit of the stucco work. We still got to do some more of the stucco patches, just letting it dry. Yeah, we closed off those two windows because essentially this from here to here, it's going to be a JDU. So there's no point in putting those in anymore. Behind you, there was a palm tree. We had that taken out. There used to be trees here. We had the landscaper come already, take all the trees, just kind of getting it graded a little bit, get it ready for the future ADUs here in the back. We still have to kind of divide up all the different properties, so we're going to go ahead and eventually fence this all off. And then here we've been able to expose the sewer lateral. We want to go from, because all the other was cast iron, so essentially now we're going to go straight ABS to the clay. It's nice. Most of the time you got to dig down like 4 feet to find the clay pipe, but here is not so bad. We're like a foot down, which is nice. Save some time there. Everything else pretty clean. We do have to cut the pipe, and then we're gonna get a camera in there just to see how the sewer lateral is going all the way to the street. Make sure there's no roots or anything or broken clay all running down to the street, because sometimes that can happen, and that just causes an issue. And it's might as well get it done now than wait a couple of years. Every plumbing backs up and then kind of messes up everything that we already did. So that'll be happening tomorrow. Plumber's going to go ahead and get that all situated.
What's up, guys? All right, day 7. As you can see, plumber's still in there converting all the cast iron to ABS. He did leave the vents metal. There's really no need to swap them out. No drainage goes through the vents. And then here is the old drain. And so as you can see, it's just like there is no way anything was going to be able to seep through this. If we would have left it, it would have absolutely been a problem in the future. And then there is where the old cast iron was entering the clay, and it was actually breaking the clay, and there was a kind of a big crack in the clay beforehand before we broke it all open. And so once again, it's important that we're doing this now. That way in a month when we get renters in there, we're not hearing about it and how nothing is draining properly.
Hey guys, it's Vince with Icon Builders. This is our 8th full work day. We're closing up the day. It's like 3 something, so we got like hour left. You guys are in there doing some drywall work. So plumber finished this week, so all the plumbing's already been done. Electrical's all been done. So now we have our guys just installing drywall, doing some mudding, and then yeah, just closing up some of the walls, get everything. We're gonna have the insulator come in tomorrow, and he's gonna blow in some insulation. So we needed all the drywall patches to be done. That way, when he blows in the insulation, it's not just flying out of the walls. It's just able to stay in the bays. So covered up all the holes, drywalls. I'd say drywall is like 75% done. Drywall's in place, but We still have a lot of taping and mudding to do. This is just pretty much like the rough part of taping, but everything's looking good so far. Um, yeah, just trying to keep rolling, continue making progress on the job site. That way, yeah, we're trying to get it done. That we can get a renter in here. Yeah, so for these older homes, they're the old school lath and plaster. So they differentiate in size. Some will go like 5/8. Some of the drywall's thicker than that. It'll go 3/4. Some even an inch. So we're having to stack drywall just to be able to keep the walls nice and smooth. Nothing too major because when you have different sizes, you can definitely see it when they go to put the drywall mud and texture on. But there's still some other things like all these cracks in the ceilings. Where we'll make them a little bigger and then be able to put some tape and mud over those just to hold up a little longer. And then yeah, so plumber finished doing all going from cast iron to ABS. We found the sewer lateral. We connected up to the main sewer lateral here. Put a clean out. Comes inside the house. All the old galvanized piping for the water has been converted to copper.
Okay, this is the weekend of week 2. Saturday, we have the insulators going in there. As you can see, they're blowing in the insulation. What they're doing is they're making these tiny little 2-inch holes in each bay for the exterior walls and kind of making their penetrations and then blowing in, literally blowing in insulation in there. And so that's why we needed to cover up all the drywall. That way the insulation particles wouldn't just fly out everywhere. That way they kind of had a place to stay. Other than that, this is wrapping up week 2, the totals that we have so far. So 2 weeks in, we're about at 5,300 in demo, 1,700 in doors, $100 in framing. I got 3,800 in electrical, 2,100 in exterior work. So far, $1,900 for windows, $530 for finished plumbing, $260 for mechanical work, $3,000 in paint so far, $600 in miscellaneous charges, $162 in flooring, $2,700 in plumbing, $1,300 in management so far, $2,600 in landscaping, $480 working on our fence, $560 in finished carpentry, and $3,800 in total drywall work, putting us at a total. So this is total for the project at $30,990.